What's going on YouTube? Private KJ Shot Callers Podcast back here with another YouTube video. NBA recap. Today we're going to be discussing Wednesday's March 17th games. Okay, we watched about 4 to 5 games that we were able to grind out. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss a beat. My Atlanta Hawks video did so well. I appreciate you guys viewing me. I gained 2 extra subscribers. I'm truly thankful for that. Let's try and get to 100 subscribers, guys. If you, like I said, if you enjoy this video, just go ahead and subscribe. And just let me know in the comment section feedback that I could have, whatever you guys think that I could do better, okay? Let's just kick right into this. So, obviously, as you guys can tell, the thumbnail will probably be Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I'm going to make sure that the Bucks are the focal point of this video. That will be the main team I'm discussing, as they did come back against Philly in a really good win. That was a really good game if you missed that one. And my PJ Tucker video will be dropping in like a couple hours as well. I'm doing 2 videos, like I said, twice a day uploads. I did not upload during the day today just because the PJ Tucker news didn't really come out till later, and I was at work, so that's my mistake. But like I said, we're gonna be dropping twice a day. So yeah. First up, we have the Brooklyn Nets and the Indiana Pacers. And so this game, if you did not tune in, you missed James Harden being truly great. It was insane. That he went off in crunch time. He did everything he could to uplift this team when it mattered the most. And he was really like the only reason why they're even in the game in the first place. It was crazy to really see how good he's been this season. Now, Kyrie did not play, and as we all know, Kevin Durant did not play. So it was interesting to see how good this team can really be with just Harden as the lone star, and it kind of proved it today. The defensive end wasn't the most clean, but at the end of the day, this is not the greatest defensive team anyways. So yeah, people who did step up though that I'm going to give recognition before I talk about James Harden for a little bit longer. Joe Harris shot exceptionally well today, 19-point chipped in. Bruce Brown, not so great efficiency, but chipped in 11 with solid individual one-on-one defense, something I would like to add on. Landry Shamet provided floor spacing, got extra run, 25 minutes today. Harden put in 42 minutes, by the way. Just want to let you guys know that. Tyler Johnson played 31 and a half minutes today, guys, and chipped in 15 points on solid efficiency. Shout out to him for that, stepping up big. I know he doesn't really get that much run in, but way to be prepared because you never know when your jersey's going to get called at. Nicholas Claxton chipped in 22 minutes and chipped in 11. Jeff Green, 15 points. This was just like multiple guys chipping in, led by James Harden. Insane 40-point, 10 rebound, 15 assist, triple-double. The splits, 48% shooting from the field, not great from the three-point line, just 22%, but 12 of 14 from the free throw line. Harden was doing his thing, and I swear to God, it looked like he was really back in Houston. I kid you not. Steve Nash had no problem just saying, give to Harden, pick and roll, do your thing. And that was really cool to see. For the Pacers side, I don't even know if I want to call this a blown lead because the Nets were hanging in the game for basically the whole time. And so that's just kind of a tough one when you're winning the whole game and they just lose the lead. Sabonis, 18 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, triple-double from him. Still only took 11 shots. I want to see Sabonis be more aggressive. He needs to stop being content because he could – I'm serious about this. He could average 25 points if he really wanted to. I really do believe that. Karis LeVert continues to just not be the most efficient. It's not that he's been shooting poorly or anything. It's just you can tell that he's been a little rusty. The shots that I'm used to seeing him hit that he would in Brooklyn, just sometimes are just not falling. There's a few shots that literally rimmed in and out, so that's a little tough. Malcolm Brogdon, a really good game from him though, 24 points, really good floor spacing from him, and providing that floor generalship that he typically does. TJ McConnell played pretty well today. This was just a really tough loss. There's not much for me to really kind of go into depth here just because I only actually chimed into the second quarter, third quarter, and at the end of the fourth. And so, like I said, that's just a devastating way to lose, knowing that you're winning the entire game just to kind of blow that lead. And the inevitable happened. You're not stopping James Harden. You can only hope to contain him. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. They could not stop him. Next up, we're going to talk about the Bucks and the 76ers. And like I said, if you did not tune into this game, you missed greatness from Giannis Antetokounmpo, okay? He's going to be the thumbnail of this video. I'm going to be talking about him. To kind of give you guys some quick stats, 15 rebounds, 5 assists, and 32 points. The craziest part from me about this is the fact that the past few games, Chris Middleton hasn't been shooting very well, and Giannis has still been able to pick that up. But like I said, it's regular season. We need to see what they do in the playoffs, so I'm not going to overreact. But this was still a fun game nonetheless. Brook Lopez had a solid game, 14 points. 7 rebounds. Dante DiVincenzo, solid game from him. Really good from the three-point line as well, 4 of 9. Jrue Holiday did not shoot the greatest from the three-point line, but still got to the free throw line 4 times. 19 points from him. This was a really good win for the Bucks as they were down by about 22 at one point, and kind of the 76ers blew this lead in the third quarter. Now, I wish I stayed for the whole time because I was switching in and out between Wizards game and the Spurs game and / Bulls game, which will also be the second part of the title of this video, which is the Bulls blowing yet another lead. But yeah, we'll get to that after. This was like I said, a really good win for the Bucks. Now it is a little scary to me to see that even without Embiid, they were down by 20 at even one point. But I will say this will be a very fun Eastern semi-conference matchup if these two go up against each other. From a 76ers standpoint, too many turnovers from Ben Simmons, but nonetheless, he did finish with a triple-double. He had, I believe, 12 assists, 12 assists, 10 rebounds, and 13 points. Didn't really shoot that well from the field, though, but he was aggressive. That's what I do like to see. I'm appreciative of seeing Ben Simmons be aggressive. He played 45 minutes today. Shout out to him. Tobias Harris, he got it going in the first half, and then the Bucks switch up their game plan. I really liked their help defense in the second half. It was definitely much more crisp, definitely more disciplined, and executed very well. They didn't just let Tobias Harris post him up and get comfortable. I liked how they made him a little more uncomfortable in the second half, and it really could tell. He still finished with 19 points, though. Danny Green, he finished with 18 points. Seth Curry, I'm pretty sure, ended up getting injured, so I'm really hoping he's okay. Both Curry brothers actually got injured today, so like I said, I really hope they are okay. Prayers up to them. Dwight Howard continues to just be really good for the time being that Embiid is out. Let me check how many rebounds he had. 15 rebounds, and 13 points. Good for him. But like I said, the person of the player of the game, I should say. I was going to say person of the game. Player of the game, though, goes up to Giannis. He just dominated the fourth quarter. You could kind of tell that Ben Simmons just wasn't enough, and Ben Simmons played the best Simmons that he really could. But at the end of the day, Giannis is a superstar. He's a top 5 player in the league, and there's nothing you can do to stop him. There was not enough help defense on Giannis, and when it was there, it was too late. And I liked Giannis's drive and kick game specifically for this game. Brook Lopez was hitting his shots today. Dante DiVincenzo hit a few really key buckets throughout the course of the game. And the craziest part about it is this team shot terrible today. If I dive into the stats, they shot 9 of 39 from three-pointer, 23% from the three, 40% from the field. There was one point they were shooting 0.9% from the three-point line, and they still pulled off the win. So that's really key to see, and I'm really excited to see this because I actually think that Budenholzer has changed a few things up with his team to kind of show that they can kind of move on and take the next step into the playoffs. Next up, though, we have the Wizards and the Kings. Did not pay too much close attention to this because there's so many other games they're playing really well. So I'm just going to kind of shout out the key players for this game. De'Aaron Fox continues to prove that he might have been an all-star stud with 28 points, 7 assists. Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, Rashad Holmes, and Tyrese Halliburton all had 15-plus points. So that was really good. And it was a really close fight. I'm starting to see my Wizards losing. I really thought they were starting to pick it up, and they've lost a second straight game. Bradley Beal, though, doing his thing. Over 5 from the three-point line, though, but still doing his thing with 29 points. Westbrook, 26, 14, and 10. Triple-double machine. Rui. I'm glad I'm still seeing Rui be aggressive, although he finished with just 17 points and 9 rebounds. That's not bad. Like I said, as long as Rui is playing aggressive, we can worry about the shot making later because he's going to improve on that no matter what. It's the aggression, it's the mindset that needs to improve. And that's what will raise him to, at least I believe that he can be a third option on the team. Denny only playing 17 minutes. I'm very concerned about that. I do enjoy seeing Garrison Matthews, Raul Nato get minutes just because they play so hard. I really appreciate that. But at the end of the day, Raul Nato should not be playing 10 more minutes than Denny. That's something that I would like to look at. Although Raul did have a box plus-minus of 11, so that's pretty cool to see. Next up, though, we have the Spurs and the Bulls. And my Lord, if you missed this game, you missed And it's just crazy to me because I'm always talking about how the Spurs are on the come up, how they're underrated, how they keep pulling off these comebacks, and yet again they do it again. I'm gonna more talk about the Bulls in a second, but I've really enjoyed seeing how Jakob Poeltl changed in the second half because he's still okay. Well, let me start with this. He had 20 points and 16 rebounds. He still had a really good offensive game, but in that first half and parts of that third quarter, they were attacking Jakob Poeltl, and he was just getting beat. He had his hands up. I thought he was playing decent defense, but they were just hitting tough shots on Pirtle. And something changed in that second half. I could just tell Popovich was getting really annoyed that they were settling for threes. If you know, see, they were just not attacking strong. They were not strong with the ball. They were weak. It was really weird. And I could just tell that Popovich definitely had to yell at them in the locker room or something. And it definitely worked because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different players scored double digits, being Patty Mills, DeJounte Murray, Derek White, Jakob Poeltl, Keldon Johnson, and Lonnie Walker. And it's that 6 core players typically, sometimes Rudy Gay as well, but typically those 6 core players that always chip in at least 10 plus point, and that's what makes it seem so good because they get scoring from so many different areas, and then adding to the fact that they're just a disciplined defensive team, regardless if they are a little bit young, like I will add. Popovich, being the veteran coach he is, will coach his team correctly. For the Bulls, though, this was literally, I kid you not, the perfect way to describe this is bad habits coming back into play. And I hope this is not a common trend going forward because the Bulls have been on a roll the past couple games, and I like seeing Zach LaVine do his thing. Once again, though, today he had a really good game, and I don't know what the hell happened. It's just like they were hitting shots, and then they just did not hit shots in that third or fourth quarter. And we all know that since this team is not a good defensive team, their defense is not going to get them back in the game, and that's what's key. And it's sad to see that some teams are built like that. Maybe things will change, but that's just how it is for this team. They allow offense to fuel their defense, and you could tell once shots were not falling, that defense was not good enough and was not disciplined enough to kind of get them back in the league. And once the Spurs started attacking the basket more, that's when it really kind of kicking it drive. That's when they really picked in a drive. So yeah, that was really the big thing for the Bulls. I can go into depth on the Bulls loss if you guys would like in a separate video, but we're gonna keep this rolling because we have 2 more games to catch up on as the Mavericks are still playing the Clippers right now. So yeah. So for the next game, the second to last game, we have the Heat and the Grizzlies. Tough loss for the Heat, but a really good win for the Grizzlies as the Heat were on a roll. And this was a really ugly offensive game by both sides, but I did like to see the defensive passion from this game, although it was a bit sloppy at times. I did appreciate seeing defense on both ends of the court for both teams. So that was really key. Jimmy Butler kind of did his thing, 24 points, 7 boards. I did like seeing how they were willing to kind of let Jimmy Butler attack them, because they still had Valanciunas, Brandon Clark. Brandon Clark's switchability, by the way, came very key in this game. So that's something to look out for. Grizzly fans, hold on to Brandon Clark. He will be really good moving forward. I think you guys already know that as well. But like I said, it was really weird to see and really kind of a good job by the Grizzlies how their closeouts this game was really good. They would kind of not die and let Jimmy attack them, but once Jimmy kicked out, they would close out on the shooters. They did a really good job containing Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero today. Both shot really poorly from the field. Bam Adebayo had a pretty solid game, but was not aggressive enough today. Only had 15 points and 12 points with 6 assists. My thing with Bam this year is just so. I think we're truly seeing that Bam Adebayo is not better than Jimmy Butler. And it seems like Bam a lot of times is okay with being content with kind of being this, let me flip the ball off to the shooters and get my assists. Whereas sometimes I'm just thinking bro, put your head down, get to the damn room, bro. You're good enough to just drop 30 on any given night. And I hope he realizes that himself as well. For the Grizzlies side, like I said, no one really went crazy this game. This was a really low-scoring game. This was maybe the first time all year that both teams finished with less than 90 points. No one really chipped in all that well. No one shot that well from the field. 35% from the field for the Grizzlies and 23% from the three-point line. 23% from the three-point line for the Heat. Heat. And so, yeah, it was a really sloppy game on both ends. Lastly, though, we have the Hornets and the Nuggets. This is starting to become a little long video, but like I said, I love me some NBA. I'll try and do a better job condensing the videos from now on. If you guys would like to know in the comment section, or let me know in the comment section, do that, please. Gordon Hayward, PJ Washington, and Cody Zeller did not shoot all that well. Sliding Terry was here for that as well. For this, I wagered one of my friends that the Nuggets would win this game, and I thought I was really confident that they would win. I would have bet more, but I don't really bet like that. Just these small little amounts just for fun. Shout out to Michael Porter Jr., 28 points, 13 boards. He had a really good game. Jokic, 12, 10, and 10. Was content. Only shot 7 shots, but that's all that mattered. I like seeing how everyone else stepped up on his team. Barton, Jamal Murray, and PJ Dozier. Shout out to him with 13 points. But all those guys stepped up. Campazzo continues to be really good on the defensive end, although be it he's under 6 foot with 4 steals. Liked how he's sitting in those lanes. He's a lane reader, boys and ladies and gentlemen. He is a lane reader. Now, my reasoning for why they would win, and this is literally the exact reason why they won. For as fast of a pace as the Hornets play, when it comes to a playoff experience team that have no problem slowing down the pace, I cannot trust them on a consistent basis to run their half-court sets crisp and well. And there were a lot of times where they would just have so many unforced turnovers, and they were looking to have the fast break, which is cool and all. But when it comes to these elite teams or good playoff teams, you got to learn to figure out in the playoffs. It's a slow paced game. You got to figure out, stop, slow down, run the offense basically, and that's going to be the biggest downfall in the playoffs, assuming the Hornets make it. But like I said, they are a young team. It's nothing really too much to worry about. No one has these expectations for championship team. But I do get a little annoyed when we're talking about like top tier, more top tier teams, like a middle of the pack in the playoffs, I should say. And the Hornets get slid in there, and I just don't believe that because they haven't proven to. They're not battle tested, as I should say. That's the best word. Battle tested. They are a fun team to watch nonetheless, though. But like I said, Jokic being able to control the pace whenever he wants proved to be the biggest factor in this, and that's why they won. Both teams didn't exactly play like the greatest defense, but the Hornets did get enough stops at the end and did force enough turnovers to win the game, and that was key. That will conclude Wednesday's videos. Peter Tucker video will be dropping in a few hours as well. Like I said, if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, turn on notice. Like I said, Private KJ out.